good evening and welcome to Osseo High School. It is Northwest Suburban Conference softball. The Park Center Pirates taking on the Osseo Orioles. Hello again, everybody. Wally Langfellow along with Stan Waldhauser. A pretty good matchup. Of course, these are not only conference rivals, but they are inter-district rivals. These girls have grown up playing with and against each other their entire careers, and as we get towards the tail end of the regular season, it's a big game for both teams.
They have a long history of playing each other, and they've gone both ways, with Osseo dominating for a while, Park Center having those great teams a few years ago, and now they're back together in a conference playing each other, and I think it's a great competition between them.
And Osseo got off to a slow start this year. Osseo's record is 9-8, but don't be deceived by that. They lost their first 5, so they are literally 9-3 in their last 12 games. This is the time of year when you want to be playing well, and they are.
Yeah, you know, in the State High School League, everybody goes on to the playoffs, so it doesn't matter what your season record is, you get a chance. And of course, you have to beat everybody to advance, so it doesn't really make any difference. But if you're playing your best ball at the end of the regular season, that's a big plus for your team going into the playoffs.
You mentioned Park Center, the success that they've had in recent years, a 10-6 season this year. A likely team to come out of their section again. They've done well in the last few years. It's a section that they have done well in. Your thoughts on Park Center this year?
Well, you know, it's interesting that these conferences are split up so that they all go off into different sections for the playoffs. So it's good to have good competition in your conference. And when you're playing the Elk Rivers and the Anokas and the Maple Groves, you've had a good season in terms of competition. So heading into the playoffs, you have to feel pretty good about your team when you're above 500 by 4 games.
All right, there's a quick look at the Osseo head coach. That is Eric Riska. He is in his 11th year here at Osseo, and head coach over on the other side is Park Center's Steve Erickson, and he too is a long timer. 13 years for Steve Erickson as head coach at Park Center. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both clubs. Let's start out with the Park Center Pirates, the visitors. They will be batting first, and it'll be Morgan Sherva leading off, playing second base. Batting second is the shortstop Hannah Roonen. Batting third is the pitcher Jillian Rosby. Batting fourth is the designated hitter Kira Musial. Batting fifth is the catcher Alicia Meyer. Batting sixth, the third baseman Danielle Cowart-Adamich. Batting seventh is the first baseman, that is Shaylee Martinson. Batting eighth is Cheyenne Kennedy. And batting ninth is the center fielder Kristen Audette. There's a look at the defense for the Osseo Orioles. You see around the outfield, it's Bridgman, Dewey, and Ruska. Around the infield, Lovechick, Auer, Tolbert, Myers, Deanslake behind the plate, and it is Calkins on the mound for the Osseo Orioles. Orioles ready to take the field as they gather around home plate. They have their own little routine here. And we are set to go.
Both teams starting senior pitchers who've had a lot of experience in the circle. So expect to see a well-pitched game on both sides. And
there's a look at Courtney Calkins. See her ERA on the season, 2.29. In 70 innings, she has struck out 83 batters. A lot of success this year for Courtney. Well, it's a chilly night here, but it is the wind has dined down and almost gone away, Stan. It's been the last couple of days we've struggled with the weather after a beautiful Saturday, but the last few days have kind of gone down the tubes. But tonight, not too bad. I was expecting much worse, I can tell you that.
It was very windy during the day today, but
yes.
I can see that the flags are just hanging on the pole. I thought maybe it was the dugout blocking the wind here for us, but that's not the case.
It is not. There's Park Center's head coach, Steve Erickson, coaching third base. And stepping into the box is Morgan Sherva, and we are just about set to get underway here. Glad to have you along here on Channel 12. First pitch is up high, and ball 1 to Morgan Sherva. Across the outside part of the plate.
Sherva stands in the box with somewhat of an open stance with her left foot down the third baseline.
Swung on and missed, so it is 1-2 now to Sherva, the leadoff hitter. Swing and a miss, and rack up another strikeout for Courtney Calkins. So 1 down. And that brings to the plate the shortstop, Hannah Roonen. Just caught the corner.
It's like the umpire's giving him a little bit of room on that outside corner.
Make him swing the bat here early. Roonen, as you saw, just a 7th grader. And that one just below the knees. Even up at 1-1. And you know she can play if she's a 7th grader on a couple of fronts. One, you can't play unless at the highest levels unless you're really good at that age. And 2, she's the shortstop and batting second. There's a good pitch. And so she falls behind 2-2 rather. She will reach, so Hannah Roonen just got a piece of that one, kind of nubbed it out towards second base, and Allison Tolberg really couldn't do much with that.
It was a defensive swing, just trying to get a piece of the ball with the bat. It happened to drop in front of the second baseman and then took a little hop to the left, so she was not able to field it.
Yeah, I think Tolberg was kind of caught in between there. Should I field it on the bounce or should I try and get this thing in the air? Well, my book says hit. Throw down to second and in there safely. And so Hannah Roonen, the igniter here early on.
Not only is she a 7th grader who plays shortstop, but she can run.
Oh, boy, she's fast. Culkin works ahead. Now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jillian Rosby. And that one hits the outside corner, and now it is 1-2.
I think Osseo recognizes how far Rosby is away from the plate, and they're keeping the ball in the outside corner.
Got a piece of it, and it is out of the outstretched arms of Aradubi. That will score Roonen, and it is a 1-0 game. Well, Rosby lifts one to right center field for a double, and it's 1-0 here in the early going.
Once again, not really a full swing, sort of a defensive swing, but got enough of the ball to really power it out to the fence.
So a pair of hits here at the top of the Pirates order, and they have a 1-0 lead. 1 out runner at second base. Just missed. Below the knees, ball 1 to Kira Musial. She is your DH, or designated player officially. That one's right down the middle, and the count evens at 1. Shot right at shortstop, and making the play there, Kelly Auer. And there are now 2 outs. So Auer with the put out, 2 down. And that'll bring to the plate the catcher, Alicia Meyer.
That was the best contact of the inning so far, but unfortunately right to the shortstop.
It's an out. Isn't that how it works?
Yeah.
That one hit right on the screws by Kira Musil. So here's Alicia Meyer with 2 outs. That one right across the knees and the outside part of the plate. Strike 1 on the catcher, Alicia Meyer.
Calkins seems to be most effective when she keeps the ball down and away. She hung those 2 pitches up, and both of them were hit hard.
Boy, way ahead of that one was Alicia Meyer. Nearly decapitated Danielle Coward-Adamich in the on-deck circle there.
You know, they moved the hitters to the back side of the batter to keep them safe, but she turned so hard on that one.
Jeez. No, we haven't really seen her thrown. I think she's thrown 1 changeup so far. You would think at some point that's because you're going to start mixing that changeup in. Establish the fastball and find that changeup. 2-2 now. On the Park Center catcher, Alicia Meyer. Calkins. Just missed outside. Well, Stan, she's working the plate in and out, up and down.
Yep, that's right.
And she's got first base open. See if she comes with a hittable pitch here. She does, and again, way ahead of it was Alicia Meyer.
She really has quick hands. She gets that bat handle out in a hurry and snaps that barrel through.
I think I would throw the changeup here. She is way out in front. And she did, and it went high. It's exactly what she did, and she went high with it. Not a horrible thing. First base open. Gives you a force at any base with 2 outs. And Meyer, being the catcher, will be taken off the bases. And so Naomi Fields will run at first base. That brings to the plate Danielle Coward-Adamich, the third baseman. Calkins trying to avoid any further damage here. Already trailing 1-0, 2 outs in the first inning. Straight up in the air. Calling for it and making the catch is Allison Tulberg, and that is the end of inning number 1. 1 inning is in the books, or half inning in the books rather, here from Osseo, and the Orioles coming to bat trailing 1-0. All right, let's take a look at the Orioles starting lineup. Batting first, playing out in left field, that's Taylor Bridgman. Batting second, the second baseman who just ended that inning, Allison Tulberg. Batting third, the pitcher, Courtney Calkins. Batting fourth, the catcher, Kelly Auer, or the shortstop rather, Kelly Auer. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Lane Ruska. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Aaron Dube. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Carolyn Myers. Batting eighth is the catcher, Andrea Dienslake. And batting ninth, the designated hitter, Maddie Rice Johnson. And there's a look at the Park Center defense. Adamich at third, Roonan at short, Sherva at second, Martinson at first, Audette in center, flanked by Eckert and Kennedy. And on the mound, it's Jillian Rosby, the senior right-hander, with the shades on still, but probably going to lose those pretty soon, I would assume. We do have lights here. Of course, we got a late start anyway. We started about 7:45 or so. These lights relatively new here on this field. Gives them an opportunity to play a few night games, although you can't be too sure about night games this time of year, as you know. The temperature plays tricks with you.
I think it's great that these schools that do have lights are playing night games because it gives families a chance to be here without trying to get out of work or trying to avoid other family obligations. So more power to them.
You're right. So Taylor Bridgman steps up to the plate. And Bridgman bluffing the bunt. That one goes for a ball. Bridgman on the year hitting .244. 1 run batted in. And 1 extra base hit. It was a double. Lays that one down, right back to the mound. And the put out is made, and 1 down on the play.
The strategy of slap hitting is to hit it to the middle infielders. That one didn't quite get over far enough to force the shortstop to pick it up.
And so 1 out. And that one is hit. Fair ball, landed right on the line. And it'll be a single for Allison Tolberg. So Tolberg with a flare over the third baseman's head. Take another look at it. Just got it right on the line. Now you can make the argument that the line is crooked, but it was on the line. And that brings the pitcher Courtney Calkins to the plate. First pitch from Rosby is a strike. Pitcher versus pitcher here. Lays down an excellent bunt and thrown out at first base. Sherva covering the second baseman. And there's 1 out, but the runner advances down to 2, and that'll give Kelly Auer a chance to bring her home. Do you like the bunt in that situation with 1 out?
I don't, but in this situation, I think maybe they're thinking, let's tie this game up and start over again.
And that brings to the plate Kelly Auer, the shortstop.
The thing that I am impressed with is a number 3 hitter who knows how to bunt.
Well, and that's a great point. And it also makes you kind of wonder if you have your 3-hitter bunting too. Two outs and a 1-1 count as that one goes too low on Kelly Auer. 2 down here, bottom of the first inning, 1-0 in favor of Park Center. Be the long look, smokes it in there for a strike. 1-2. So Auer falls behind and goes down swinging. Well, an impressive at-bat pitch there by Rosby. 1 inning in the books. Park Center leads it 1-0. We're back after this timeout.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
1-0 lead for Park Center. They'll try to add to it here But there's 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up. Shaylee Martinson will lead off. Martinson, the first baseman, followed by Cheyenne Kennedy, and she follows the first one back. 1 strike.
Both of these teams have aggressive swingers. They're not looking at pitches.
Not at all.
Ball is in there for a strike. They're going to go after it.
Yeah. Pitch by Calkins that time. 0-2, working ahead is Courtney Calkins. That one up and away.
Come on, Clark.
One and 2 on Shaylee Martinson. Misses outside. And so the count now even at 2-2. Boy, that was right there. Second strikeout of the game for Calkins.
One of the strategies that we always encourage pitchers to use is to pitch to even the count. So she was ahead 0-2 through 2 pitches. She said, okay, if she swings at these, I'm in good shape. If she doesn't, I'm still even in the count. And then came right back at her.
That brings Cheyenne Kennedy to the plate. Boy, that one just missed. 1-0. Went fishing for that one a little bit outside. And that evens the count at 1-1. So Calkins. Way behind that one. Calkins finds her groove here a little bit in the second inning. Now let's see if she throws that waste pitch you talked about. She did, just a little low, just off too. It's a good pitch.
Depends on how much pressure you feel as a hitter, whether or not you should go after a pitch that's that close with a 2-strike count.
That one popped straight up. It is playable. Oh, and boy, almost hit the umpire in the head. I mean, he didn't see that thing.
No, he had no idea where it was.
Wow. Lovchik came in to try and make the play from third base, and the umpire had no clue that thing landed about a foot behind him. So 2-2 is still the count here on Kennedy with 1 out. The old 43-footer. Gets under it again. Nice job by the shortstop, Kelly Auer. You know, and the mistake that so many players make at the high school level is the pitcher trying to catch that ball. You allow your infielders to catch
And
it.
that's exactly what she did. You see, she stepped out of the circle and called for Kelly to take that fly ball. But those 2 pop flies, the foul ball and the one up there, were really hit high.
Yeah, they were. They were way up there. This is Kristen Audette. Lovchik with the throw, and a quick inning for Calkins to get them up and down in order. We're through an inning and a half. Park Center still hanging on to a 1-0 lead. Stay with us.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
the great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
It's so shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Well, let's see if the Osseo Orioles can even this thing up or do better. Trail 1-0 here going into the bottom of the second inning. That'll bring to the plate Lane Ruska, Aaron Dube, and Caroline Myers. To face Rosby.
Come on, Lane.
Ruska, the right fielder. Ruska on the year, batting .435 and hammers that one to right field, but there to make the catch is Eckert, and there's one down. I got a question for you. She's out there, Eckert has a jacket on. Are you allowed to wear your jacket in the field?
Under certain conditions you are, and I think it's a weather-related thing that the umpire will give him permission to wear it.
So one out on the fly ball to right on the first pitch. That brings to the plate Aaron Dube. And she gets under that one. Into the parking lot. I'm glad I'm not parked back there. That's a couple of those. There you see it rolling around. That, by the way, was not my white pickup back there. This is off the outside edge. 1-2 the count. Ooh, that one. Had a little zip on it, but up too high to Dewey, batting .333 on the year. 12 runs batted in. And again, ahead of the pitch, and that one goes straight back over the top.
Both of these teams showing pretty good discipline in determining whether a pitched ball is a ball or a strike, because all these teaser pitches that these pitches have thrown, outside corner, whatever, they haven't gone after them. They're waiting for something that's in the zone.
You're absolutely right. That one a little low, but you got a piece of it. Count remains 2-2. Jill Rosby trying to get that third strike, rolls that one in there. And a full count. Payoff pitch is grounded to short. And what do we, pulled her off the bag. You know, the throw by Roonin apparently was on time, but it pulled Martinson off the bag. Let's take another look at it.
It's a good play. She's running to her left, picks up the ball, but pulls the first baseman off the bag. And that's an error on the shortstop throw.
So runner at first, one down. Caroline Myers at the plate. Now remember last time they had a runner at first, one out, and they went for the bunt and hit by pitch. So hit batsman, and Myers gives Osseo runners at first and second. Andrea Dinslake now at the plate. The lefty lifts one to shortstop. It's going to be a double play, and they got her at second. Boy, nifty play by Roonin with the awareness to get it back to second base, and caught Doobie going too far off. Double play ends the inning. Still 1-0 Park Center. We're through 2 complete.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Top of the third, top of the lineup for the Park Center Pirates. It'll be Morgan Sherva, Hannah Roonan, and Jillian Rosby. Sherva led the game off, striking out in the first inning. First pitch strike. So Calkins works ahead immediately here on Sherva. That one up too high. 1-1. Top of the third, Park Center and Osseo here from Osseo High School on what has turned out to be a very nice spring evening. Pop way in the air, way up there. Finally calling and catching it out there is Aaron Dewey, and there is one out. Boy, I mean, there have been some sky-high balls hit so far this game.
You see the hands dropping behind her as she initiated her swing and then getting up underneath the ball to lift it.
Taylor Bridgman did a good job getting back there to back up the play, just in case. Little nubber and nice running catch by Myers, and there are two down quickly here. Roonan last time, of course, got on that little infield boop, kind of a similar hit, but this one is caught in foul territory, and there are two outs. And that'll bring up Rosby. Rosby crushed one at her first at bat. RBI double, scored Roonan for the game's only run. Hit one to deep right center field. And as you pointed out, really didn't even take a full swing at it. Just kind of stuck the bat out.
That's right. Well, with the new bat technology, it doesn't take much more than that.
No.
These kids are spending $350 for a bat, and they're getting a lot of performance for that kind of money.
Yeah. Now, we saw in the JV game today, prior to this game, third baseman, first baseman, and pitcher all wearing masks. And the reason I bring that up, of course, is because of the bats. And
exactly.
The way that that ball jumps off the bats, and ball four, as Rosby draws the base on balls.
Well, I think we're going to see that become a requirement because all the young players who started at 8U, 10U, and 12U are required to wear them in the infield.
Really?
And once they've learned how to do that, of course, they'll wear it the rest of their career.
Boy, that was a pretty close pitch.
Come on, Courtney!
Rosby actually waited on that one to see what the umpire said before she ran down to first. That one is popped up by Musial, and coming over and making the catch is Tolberg, and the Orioles are out of the inning. A quick inning. Still 1-0 Park Center.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Well, the designated hitter, Matty Rice Johnson, will lead it off for the Osseo Orioles. They trail here 1-0 in the bottom of the third inning. So the Orioles finally getting through their lineup here.
And the sunglasses are gone.
And the sunglasses are gone. Well, she's got one of the little rubber band wristbands. Had to come off.
17, right center, right center.
Just a little bit high. Johnson looked back. Ball or strike. And ahead of that one. But foul, and it's now 1-1.
Another sign of how aggressive they are as hitters
Yes.
is how fast they're turning on that ball.
They're turning on it, and this is the 9-hitter here. And Rosby is throwing the ball pretty hard. Just caught the corner. 1-2 now on Matty Rice Johnson. Hitting 300 on the year. 9 for 30 on the season. Very close. But as you pointed out, Stan, both teams doing a great job of laying off those pitches that are off the plate. Because that was belt high. And there's a line shot into center field, and it rolls all the way to the fence. On her way to second is Johnson. She'll hold up there with a double. Boy, up and down the lineup, everybody aggressive.
It's unbelievable when you get that kind of performance out of your number 9 hitter.
300
Just
hitter whacks one to
square.
the fence. A bad angle taken out there by Audette. Tried to cut that thing off. See if they, top of the order, if they go to the bunt, they do, and it rolls foul. Taylor Bridgman lays that one down, but it goes foul. She tried to get on via the kind of the slap hit her first time, and it went back to the pitcher. See if she tries it again. Third baseman Adamich is in on the left side. Tries that little running swing again. And now she's behind 0-2. So now 0-2, feet are going to be still in there, would you suspect?
No, I think she'll do the same thing. These players practice this all the time. That's the only way they can hit after a while.
0-2, you're right. And she's perfectly placed. They get her out at 1. Nice play by Park Center defense. Jillian Rosby and company making a good play. But Bridgman does her job. She moves the runner along. Nearly beating that out. Look at that, just by half a step. But the runner is now at third with 1 out for Tolberg, the number 2 hitter in the lineup. Tolberg, prior to Matty Rice Johnson's hit, with the lone hit for the Osseo Orioles. Single to left field in her first at bat. Tough call there. Must have caught the outside corner. Right back to the mound. look it back, and really no chance at all for Maddie Rice Johnson to go home. And so that'll leave it up to Courtney Calkins.
Home run, just like the last couple games. Come on, girl.
Now, Calkins, in her last at-bat, was asked to lay down a bunt and did move Tolberg over to second base. She won't be bunting here. Calkins, the 3-hole hitter here. Changeup misses barely. Popped it up and behind us on a play. And again, another spot I was thinking about parking right about there too. I thought, I'm smarter than that. 1-1 now. Tries to buzz the fastball by. Oh, nice play. Oh boy, great play at second base by Sherva. Twisted her glove at the last second and throws her out. We're through 3 complete. Still 1-0 Park Center.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Really, it's not that cold. Nah. It is not as cold as it looks right there. It's not too bad.
It's still, and that helps.
Yes, I am pleasantly surprised. But a little bit chillier for the Osseo Orioles and their fans. They trail 1-0 here, top of 4. It'll be Alicia Meyer, Danielle Coward-Adamich, and a foul ball off the bat of Meyer and Shaylee Martinson. Meyer walked in her first plate appearance back in the first inning and was stranded when Adamich popped out to second base. And she pops that one up straight back. Boy, there have been more than our share of those. You know, when I pulled in, I saw all these open spaces over here. Wonder why.
And you figured it out.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm not the brightest guy in the world, but that one I had figured. Jammed her that time, but she yanked it foul. So Meyer battling up there, down 0-2. Pirates 10-7 on the season. Osseo 9-8. But again, Osseo lost their first 5 games, so they have been playing really great ball since then. Gonna be a tough play. Got her at 1. Boy, from deep in the hole, Kelly Auer. And 1 out.
The ball wasn't hit particularly hard, so it took a while to get there. And then it's on the backhand side, so she has to range to her right to get it, and makes a good throw and a good stretch by Myers at first.
So 1 down, and that brings Coward-Adamich to the plate. Strike 1. Danielle flew out to second base in her pop out in her first at bat. In on her hands, and she lifts that one high and out of play. Boy, look out over there. Some parents running for cover. Nice crowd here on hand. I mean, you look down that baseline and a good crowd here behind home plate.
Once again, the advantage of playing an evening game rather than a 4 o'clock start.
You're absolutely right. Oh, changed it up on her. A great job that time by Calkins. Umpire was looking for the ball that went back out of play, and it had already been delivered to the little ball delivery. And if our cameras get a chance, I guess you'll have to shoot it from the first base dugout, but there's a little ball delivery system that's kind of
sort of like an upside down Pez dispenser.
Yeah, it's part of the backstop here. So foul balls come in and folks just drop it in this little dispenser, and the umpire goes back and reaches it. It is to the left of the umpire there as you look at this. Smash into center, and it is caught. Shelley Martinson got a piece of it, but right there in Newby, and that is the end of the top of the fourth. 3.5 in the books. Park Center 1, Osseo Orioles nothing.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
It's so shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
We are in Osseo. Orioles trailing 1-0 here. Kelly Auer, Lane Ruska, and Aaron Doobie here in the 4th inning for the Orioles. And the first pitch by Rosby is right on the outside part of the plate. Strike one. Auer, as you saw, struck out swinging in her first at bat. She is the 4-hole hitter. That one down and in. Park Center got a run in the top of the first, and there has been nothing since then. And that one is popped up and out of play. And that's going to give me an opportunity to throw you this so-called softball. I mean, we have seen a ton of balls go in the air so far.
Park Center's had 16 players come to the plate, and only 2 have been retired on ground ball outs. Those are both well-hit balls, one to the third baseman and one to the shortstop. But everything else has been up. Pop flies, flies to the outfield, and that one last line drive at the end of last inning. But they're not forcing the defense to make any plays.
Rosby with a little extra zip on that one, but out of the strike zone, 2-2. So 2-2 to Kelly Auer, the shortstop. Orioles trying to get something started here in the 4th. Again, up and away, up and in at rather this time. All right, let's see what Rosby does here. She has managed to find her control when she has gotten into this position earlier. She has not walked any batter. She has hit one batter, but she has not walked anybody yet. Yep, and I might have jinxed her. So Auer waits it out.
Come on, Lane.
And that brings Lane Ruska to the plate.
So without much action on the scoreboard, we're probably looking for a sacrifice bunt here. Try to get this game tied up at this inning. You get that leadoff batter on, you have to take advantage of it.
Ruska with a pretty good at bat last time. She flew out to medium deep right field. She does bunt this time. Beautifully done. Oh, and it's thrown away. And that will bring Auer all the way to third. She's going to try and score. No throw. All the way around to third base goes the batter. And we're tied up. Well, how about that?
Way to go, Lane!
Well, and as you so aptly pointed out, you put the ball on the ground, you got to pick it up, throw it, and catch it. And good things happen when you make them make plays.
And in these innings, when you get the leadoff batter on, you have to take advantage of that. The bunt is beautiful. Stays down.
And throw to the inside part of the base. So the error will be on the throw by Adamich. And it puts Ruska all the way at third base. So nobody out, runner at third. So not only have they tied it, but they have a runner at third and nobody out. Dewey in her one at bat reached on a shortstop throwing error. That was back in the second inning. Line shot right at the shortstop, doubled up at third base. Boy, that's a cardinal sin. There is no reason to leave, because if that ball reaches the outfield, you're going to score.
That's right. You could walk home.
There is no reason to leave that base.
And when the ball leaves the batter's bat going uphill, you've got to be thinking to get back to the base.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy. Killer. But a good play for the Pirates, and so it'll stay tied. So we are tied now at 1, 2 outs. Caroline Myers at the plate. And she pops one up. And a nice running catch out there made by Kennedy. And that is the end of the fourth. But the Orioles do score, and we are tied at 1 as we head to inning number 5.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
There's the headless bird. That was the Osseo Oriole before the game. It's now the Osseo headless Oriole.
I didn't think mascots were ever supposed to take their head off in public.
And you're not supposed to speak either.
Right.
First pitch to Cheyenne Kennedy, who made that catch to end the last inning for Osseo. Nice catch by Kennedy out in left field. Popped out in the second inning to shortstop. Oh, waves at that changeup. 1-1. Two balls, one strike. We're tied at 1. Park Center got their run in the top of the first. Osseo just got theirs in the bottom of the fourth. Another one headed backwards towards the tennis courts. straight up is playable and unable to make the catch is the catcher, Deanslake.
Two things going on there. One was hit incredibly high, but the second thing is you're looking into the lights and then away from the lights.
Good point.
And there's an adjustment. Plus the ball is spinning and moving in the air.
Not an easy play.
It's tough for catchers because the ball is generally moving away from them when they try to catch a pop fly.
Boy, looked like Kennedy might have offered it that one, but they say no. So the count runs full.
Right here,
3-2 and Cheyenne Kennedy to start the 5th. And one down, Kelly Auer with the pickup and throw. Take another look at it.
Not a terribly hard hit ball. Bounced right in front of the plate, so it's an easy play short to first.
Out by plenty. One out brings Kristen Audette to the plate. She grounded to third in her first appearance. Bunts backwards right towards us. And that'll be strike one on the foul ball. Nice pitch down and in. Got her to wave at it. Courtney Calkins moving the ball around on her.
Courtney, you're my girl. Come on.
And that one got away.
Come on, Court.
1 and 2 on the 9-hole hitter. And she gets a good piece of that one. She grounded to third her last at bat, so no surprise that she is yanking the ball that direction. Coach Erickson might want to be aware over there, coaching third base. And she gets her swinging. So 2 down, we go back to the top of the order. That'll be Morgan Sherva. Sherva 0 for 2 on the night. She has struck out and flown out to center field.
It's interesting that Park Center scored their run in the first inning and got 2 hits that inning. They haven't had a hit since.
Yeah, Sherva has, or Calkins has certainly settled down since then. 4 strikeouts, and as you mentioned, has not yielded a hit since the first inning. And she has walked just 1 since then. She did walk 1 in the first. And actually in the first inning, as you mentioned earlier, the hit, the out by Kira Musil might have been the best hit ball of the inning.
That's right.
But she got out of it with minimal damage. And that one is lifted in the air right to the left fielder, Taylor Bridgman. And that is out number 3, 4.5. It's 1-1, Park Center and Osseo. We'll be back after this time.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Pirates and Orioles. There's a good look at the starting pitcher, Jillian Rosby. Pitched well tonight for Park Center. has allowed just 1 run, and it is an unearned run. Ooh, just missed on that pitch. Wow.
We expected a good pitcher's battle tonight. We're getting it.
Andrea Deanslake hit into a double play at her first at bat. Hit it to shortstop, and they doubled off Aaron Doobie at second base. So that has been the story of 2 of the 4 innings for Osseo. They have hit into double plays, and that one whacked into left field, a base hit. So Deanslake with a leadoff single here. And let's see if Maddie Rice-Johnson lays down a bunt.
It's an inside-out swing, taking that pitch to left field. Very nicely done.
Yeah. Deanslake, a .312 hitter on the season coming in. Brings Maddie Rice-Johnson up. Doubled in her last at bat. And as tempting as it is to not take the bat out of her hands because the way she pounded the ball in her first at bat, boy, 5th inning, 1-1 game runner at first, no outs. You got the top of your order coming. You got to think bunt here, don't you?
And you've been having trouble getting base runners at all. So when you get your leadoff batter on, I know you don't like to take the bat out of the hands of a good hitter, but in some situations, you got the top of the order coming up. Let's get her in scoring position.
Now, she has shown no indication of a bunt so far. Now she squares and fouls it off. That would have been ball 3, or ball 2, I think.
See, the problem with the trickery is that the bat isn't still when the ball arrives. It's moving. And you can't control it as well as if you just wait and catch the ball with the bat.
And you're trying to sacrifice. You're giving
You're
yourself
supposed to be
up.
out.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be out.
Yep, you're not bunting for a hit. And she's going to be popped out to shortstop. So lost opportunity there to get that bunt down.
Come on, Taylor!
And that'll bring us back to the top of the lineup in Taylor Bridgman.
Once again, getting the barrel of the bat down under the ball and coming up on it. A lot of pop flies this evening.
So 1 out, top of the order, Taylor Bridgman. He tries to steal second, and in safely is Deanslake. So the throw by Meyer was off to the left, or the third base side of second base. And really relatively easy steal there for Andrea Deanslake. Again, trying to that run and slap style of Bridgman. Foul ball, and she is now down 0-2.
She's quick with her feet, but she's having difficulty getting the bat head out in front of her. She's catching the ball when it's actually behind her.
Oh, they probably had her at third, and the ball is dropped at first, and Deanslake is going to come around and score on the play. Well, how about that? So another error leads to that run. Take a look at it again.
Checked the runner, saw she didn't have a play. It was a good throw to first, should have been caught. But to charge that one to the first baseman.
All right, I'll agree with you on that. So now a runner at first with 1 out, and Allison Tolberg at the plate. She waves at it and misses. Oh boy, a strong throw, and she'd have been out at second. But Bridgman slides in safely.
Once again, the throw was on the third base side of the bag.
Yes.
It was there in time, but it was on the wrong side of the bag.
Exactly. So now Tolberg with an opportunity to get this run home. Osseo trying to extend their lead. And a whacked foul by Tolberg, and she falls behind 0-2.
No, don't fight yourself. Go ahead, go fight the ball. Let's go.
So Tolberg singled in the first inning, grounded back to the pitcher, and she goes down swinging here. So she is now 1 for 3 on the night. And that'll leave it up to Courtney Calkins, who grounded out hard to second in her last at bat. Sacrifice bunt back in the first inning, officially 0 for 1 on the night. But a chance to get that third run home, a little tack-on run standing out at second base. Shoots it foul.
Got jammed on that one.
Yeah,
Good
she
pitch.
Did. Boy, there was no doubt in her mind, much like her last pitch, she was going to go up there and hack at that first pitch regardless.
Lock and load. Come on, court!
Ooh, changeup. She left early, so she's called out. Okay, I guess that's the end of the inning. So Bridgman caught leaving early, takes the bat out of the hands of Calkins. 2-1 Osseo as we head to the 6th.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Hannah Roonan will lead it off here in the 6th inning. You get a good look there at Shaylee Martinson out in center field. Out first base, rather. First pitch is a ball. Roonan 1 for 2 on the night. Singled in the first and scored the only Park Center run.
This is a critical at-bat because we're in the 6th inning. We haven't had hits since the first. We've got a good hitter up in the box. She's really got to be careful.
Again, took a little something off that pitch. Fouled it back.
Usually you say when that ball goes straight from the bat to the backstop backwards, it's pretty much on-time swing. Just didn't get the middle of the ball.
And up too high, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Leadoff hitter in the 6th inning, Hannah Roonan. She bats in the 2-hole, and as you see, just a 7th grader. That one right down the middle. So the count runs full on Roonan. Wow. I don't know how you take that pitch. That's all I can say. Wonder if we can get another look at that one. Yikes.
Yeah, I'm not going to call that from here.
Boy. Awfully good. Close, we'll put it that way.
See if Park Center can take advantage of this leadoff batter being on.
Now remember, Roonan scored the only run earlier. Got good wheels on the bases here. Rosby at the plate. And she's the one that doubled her home. And she lifts a single into right center. Roonan is going to try for third. Here comes the throw right on the target, and unable to handle it over there at third base is Lovechek. and the runners move up, so Rosby moves up to second on the throw, and it's now second and third with nobody out.
Well struck ball to the gap in right center. Throw comes in. It's a nice throw. It's there in plenty of time.
I think Lovejoy took her eye off it a little bit there. So that brings Kira Musial to the plate. Lined out to shortstop, popped out to second base in her 2 at-bats, 0 for 2 on the night. But second and third, nobody out here. Musial with the chance to tie or put her team in the lead. Wolf's a little lazy pop. Caught, and Runin wasn't going anywhere. She was glued to the bag. It wasn't even thinking about moving. 1 out. Boy, nice job by Kelly Auer. Make that catch and get it in. So there are still runners at second and third. 1 out now for Alicia Meyer. Walked in the first inning, grounded to third in the fourth rather. One hopper to the plate.
Dean's like doing a great job of keeping those balls in front of her.
Yes. Now a walk wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. It would set up a force at any base. And that one's fouled back right in front of us.
Come on, Courtney.
Ideally, you're looking for an outside pitch that you can drive to right field behind the runners.
That one catches the inside part of the plate. Now 1 and 2. Calkins trying to work out of a big jam here. Leadoff walk and then a single. Runners at second and third. A nice mix went upstairs with that one. 2 and 2. With first base open, I still don't think you give her something to hit here. Just a little bit high in the strike zone there, and she got her fishing. And Meyer goes down swinging.
That's a big out.
Yeah, just the upper part of the strike zone there.
Yep, coming up underneath it. Which they've been doing all night, hitting those pop flies.
Exactly right. So it's up to Danielle Coward-Adamich. They had second and third no outs. Now they're second and third 2 outs. Adamich struck out in her last at bat. That one just misses on the outside part of the plate. There have not been, and you know, the players, catcher, pitcher, batters, they all have to learn. The umpire has not given a lot on the outer part of the plate. He likes the inside part of the plate. And foul tip into the catcher's glove. Dean's Lake hung on to that one. No matter though. 1 ball, 1 strike. Calkins is now, and again, that was in her half again, but a little bit low, but the low end of the strike zone. So now she is 1 pitch away from getting out of a huge jam. Let's see what she does here. Working ahead in the count, 1 and 2 to Adamich. 0 for 2 on the night thus far. She throws her that again, the one that's high in the strike zone, and she fouls it back. Good job by Adamich to stay alive. Danielle Coward-Adamich.
She's got another pitch to give here now, so we'll see where she takes this one.
And you notice that's twice in a row when she's had either a 1-2 or a 2-2 count that she's gone upstairs in that strike zone. That so-called rise ball.
Rise ball.
Still 1 and 2. Adamich checking with the ref, or the ump rather. And popped out. How about that? Well, a great job by Courtney Calkins. Works out of a huge jam. You can see the size of relief. The Orioles, they get out of a jam. They still lead going to the bottom of the sixth. They'll look to tack on more as we go to break.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Nighttime softball here at Osseo. You see the line score. Pirates with 3 errors. Really, that's the difference in the game, that error costing them the run in the 5th inning. First pitch hitting is Calkins, and she is out 4-3 on the putout. So Calkins 0 for 2 officially on the ground out to second base. Sherva making the play.
Once again, as a leadoff batter, your responsibility is to get a pitch that you can hit. And that was not the one she ideally would have chosen.
So that'll bring up Kelly Auer. Auer walked and scored in her last at bat back in the 4th inning. Got a leadoff walk, struck out in the 1st inning. And she fouls that one straight back in front of us.
Find that inch now, find that inch. Stay inside, keep it
1 ball, 1 strike on Kelly Auer. A little high heat. Umpire's going to whisk away some of those grains of sand. 1-1 on the Osseo shortstop, Kelly Auer. She smokes one into left field for a base hit. So Auer with a 1-out single to left, just the 4th hit of the night for the Orioles.
Another high pitch that she's able to make contact with.
Yeah, she got on top of it.
Yep.
So 1 out, 1 on for Lane Ruska. Ruska laid down a bunt back in the 4th inning, and then an error on the throw allowed Kelly Auer to come all the way around from first to score. And fouls that one out of play.
I always wait to hear the sound the foul balls make when they hit, whether it's the hood of a car or the sod next to the parking lot.
Yes. That was down low. Auer got a good jump off of first there. Nothing doing as far as a steal. With a left-handed batter, though, it's a little more tempting to steal. Catcher can't see what's going on over there. Ball to the right side. The pickup and the flip by Sherva, and there are 2 outs, so it is effective as a bunt. And that gets the runner Auer in scoring position. And it'll bring Aaron Doobie to the plate.
Inside pitch, topped, slow grounder to the second baseman. Does advance the runner, though.
So a couple of ground balls to second base and a base hit here in the inning. That one at the top of the strike zone. The throw down to third, and she is out. So Auer trying to swipe third base is thrown out. Osseo needs 3 outs to pick up the victory. Our score, Osseo 2, Park Center 1. 7th inning coming right after this timeout.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Kind of a brisk night here at Osseo. Fans have hung in there for the most part. The wind went away long ago, which made it very tolerable here tonight, but Park Center needs a run to stay alive. And Calkins throws a changeup first pitch. She had Shaylee Martinson way out in front of that. Martinson has struck out looking back in the second and flown out to center in the fourth, 0 for 2 on the night officially.
It's one of the drawbacks of being an aggressive hitter is that you're susceptible to that changeup, and you don't expect to see it on the first pitch. So if you have that aggressive tendency and you see it, you're often fooled.
1-1 is in there, popped straight up, playable, and catch is made by Myers. And so there's 1 out.
Once again, getting under the ball and popping it up. It's been their downfall here tonight.
Myers got a good jump from first base into foul territory and got under it. Didn't have to make any last-minute maneuvers. Pinch hitter now. This is Emily Knutson hitting for Cheyenne Kennedy for the Pirates. That one misses down low, ball 1. It's the bottom of the Park Center Orioles order here. Or Park Center Pirates, excuse me. Swung on and missed by Knutson. Okay. Missing outside.
Difficult for a player who's been sitting on the bench in this cold weather to come in and try to be effective.
2-1 the count on Emily Knutson. That one was in there. So the count even up. Let's see what Calkins has in store. This is where she has been at her best tonight. And she just buzzes that fastball right by her. Sixth strikeout of the night for Calkins. And just off that outside corner, too, just out of her reach.
You see how far she was standing away from the plate. It was very difficult for her to get the bat out that far.
Another pinch hitter. This is Bella Ernst. She will hit for the 9-hole hitter, Kristen Audette. 2 outs, last opportunity here. For the Park Center Pirates. Sherva waiting on deck. And Calkins wastes no time and goes right after her. Yeah, you would think bottom, somebody coming up off the bench, been sitting there all night. I think you're throwing fastballs all the way.
That's right.
I don't think you mess around at all.
That's right. No fooling around.
Rebecca Ernst. I said Bella a little earlier, and she goes down, and the Orioles have won this game. An impressive performance by Courtney Calkins. Strikes out 7 batters, including Ernst, to end the ball game. The final score, the Osseo Orioles 2, Park Center 1. Stay with us, post-game show coming up right after this.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back to Osseo Senior High School, where the Osseo Orioles were 2-1 winners tonight over the Park Center Pirates as they wrap up the regular season. And we're joined now by Courtney Calkins, our MVP for the night anyway. Courtney, 7 strikeouts on the night. You only gave up the 3 hits. When you look back at the ball game, you guys trailed most of the game, but you guys were able to hang in there even though you gave up that first inning run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we picked up our energy towards the end of the game. I mean, we started off kind of slow, and so towards the end of the game, we decided to pick up our energy, and we finally got those hits in.
Yeah, and to trail early like that, what were you thinking? You guys, they got the early run. They came out. They had a couple runners on base. You were able to get out of that early jam, but you gave up a run early. Is that something that bothers you? Because there's not a lot of scoring sometimes in a girls' softball game.
We knew the pressure was on right away, especially right when they scored. So we had to figure out how to handle that pressure, and so we dug deep and we got those runs. So.
Now, this club you guys started out 0-5. You have now won 10 of your last 13 games, so 10-3 over the last 13 games. You guys are playing your best ball at the right time of the year, aren't you?
Yes, definitely we are.
It's really important because, as you said, sections are tough. Talk about the teams you will see in sections.
Maple Grove, Spring Lake Park, I mean, those are going to be big contenders next year, and we got to come play our A game when we play them, if we get a chance to.
Well, and it's always fun to beat your rivals from Park Center, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. I play summer ball with a bunch of those girls, so it's a good win to have.
Well, congratulations and good luck in the postseason.
Thank you.
All right, that's Courtney Calkins, member of the Osseo Orioles. They win tonight by a final score of 2-1 over Park Center. I'm Wally Langfellow. Thanks for joining us here on Channel 12. Have a good night, everybody.